will be gone. While we're counting stars, they're counting sheep. Feet along the rails, don't make a sound. Just keep running and keep running and keep running. In our heads, we're 10 feet off the ground. Just keep running and keep running, keep running, keep running. It's been too long with too many wrongs. What have I done? You've forgotten the words to our song. Now it's gone. Take it back, just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our songs, let them entwine. 'Cause you know how much you do to me. It's not fair, I don't care. Take you there, make you mine before we're out of time, out of time. Let's sing right now. Sing right to the beat. Come on, step with me. Let our bodies sing in harmony till the morning lights up right now. Sing right now. Sing right So many whispers flying low, broken wings softening, but I hide my head from the sun. So tired of listening, I let my mind just drift away, with perfect thoughts left ignored. But now I'm begging you to stay.
Hello, everybody. My name is HSEL Elijah, aka Squid. Welcome to the High School Esports League Majors 2017 Round 3 Overwatch game. We've got a very good game for you today, and we have a couple of very good casters along with that. Soul and Nathan. How you guys doing today?
Good, thank you.
How about you, Nathan? Nathan, you here? All right. Well, anyway, we've got some. Like I said, we got a pretty good match for you today. Saul, do you want to start off by talking a little about the maps we're gonna see?
Right. So in this game, we're going to be seeing GHS Esports against SMHS Crimson, and the maps they've picked are Lijiang Tower, Hollywood, and Nepal. Um, on the GHS Esports side, we've got Dan Twist, Arrow, Flicked, Snow, Plutone, Raiden. And on the Crimson side, we've got Beametry, Quality Memes, Averager, Obese Seal, AP, and Shingo 2. These are both very high ranked teams, so we should be able to see a lot of exciting gameplay today. On Lijiang Tower side, it's a cough map, so we'll probably be seeing a bit of farm mercy right now because that's in the meta. Some Genji action. Talking about Beametry here on the Crimson side, SMHS Crimson, he is a Symmetra main actually, and he does play a little bit of Mercy and Winston, but I'm really interested to see whether his Grandmaster Symmetra is going to make an appearance on some of these cough maps. Be starting in just a second. After Lijiang Tower, we're going to be going to Hollywood. That is going to be a hybrid map where they'll be taking the first point and then moving on to the payload section. And at that point, we should be seeing maybe a bit more death ball, something a little more compact to deal with either team. Starting in just a second, looks like Nathan is having some mic issues.
Can you guys hear me?
There he is.
All right, I'm ready to go, and this game is gonna be a good one. I'm ready. Are you, man?
I am ready, Nathan.
Well, as you said, back to what you said, Beametry is a main of Mercy, and I would like to see that on the pharmacy combo, especially in the Lijiang Tower map. And we'll see what happens if we can get a Symmetra pick out of her. Maybe it'll bring out some fun and interesting actions.
Right. We have actually Beametry and Quality Memes both playing Symmetra for the most part of their season. Quality Memes second highest most played is Soldier. Just going to be really exciting to see all the high level DPS play that's going to be coming out from both these teams, and I hope we can get a lot of cool ult plays as well. It's like Nathan's mic has gone down once again.
I'm back.
Okay.
Well, we take a look at their rankings. I don't know about you, but I'm looking at these rankings, and this looks going to be like a really high-ranking game to me.
Yeah, lots of different ranks actually on Crimson side, from all the way from Master to Plat so far I've seen. And Dan Twist, top 500 player actually on GHS Esports. Going to be definitely keeping my camera on him a lot of the time, trying to see what kind of plays he makes.
We'll see how far the good old rank takes them, but I feel like we got to see their teamwork out of anything because you got to have that teamwork to go far in this.
Right, of course. Rank isn't everything, and obviously you got to rely on team coordination a lot to carry you. But we're going to be heading into the first game here on Lijiang Tower. Control map, Koth. And we are in. All right, right now, immediately we see us Beametry on the Bastion, Quality Memes on May. It looks like they're picking a bunch of troll picks right now before the game starts.
Well, at the moment, what do you think both sides are going to pick right now, especially with this control point map? What do you think is going to be chosen on both sides?
I'm expecting a dive comp from either side, maybe some farm mercy coming out, but really just depends on what the teams are strongest with. Looks like on the right side, the Crimson side, we got Beametry, Quality Memes, Averager, Obese Seal, AP, and Shing playing a sort of dive comp here with Mercy, triple DPS dive, yeah. And on the other side, we've got Raiden, Plutone, Snow, Flicked, Arrow, and Dantwist running sort of a death ball.
All right, match has officially begun. Both teams are ready to go, waiting just out or inside the doors.
That's right, GHS Esports. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on Dantwist McCree. He usually plays Soldier, actually, going by his hours. But we'll be seeing how he's able to deal with the McCree. Going to be a good counter to Genji and Tracer on the other side. Right now, starting off, looks like both teams are going to converge towards the middle. Lucio speed boosting. Trading some damage here a little bit. Genji throwing out some shurikens. And Deathwall just hanging out. Winston dives in. Tracer and Winston are all on the backline right now. Winston shield goes up. They're just trading some damage back and forth. Winston not letting go of that Lucio. Genji actually picks up the kill. AP takes a kill as well. Winston taking some damage here. Gonna back off, but it looks like the first point is going to go to Crimson.
Yeah, and as you see right there, the Lucio got pushed off of the map, and so now we have Genji taking out the McCree and Lucio getting pushed off the map. This composition on the Crimson side, which has a lot of pressure against the blue side, is working out well for them. They're coming in on the far side of the map, pushing in with the Reinhardt shield. Winston gets up front, blocks out some damage. We'll see Genji's trying to get to the back line, but gets taken out by McCree. Winston actually ults in, going for the fight.
So even trade so far. Tracer is actually taken out too, evening the side for Crimson. And a Pulse Bomb lands. It does not get anyone, but Beamitry is just pushing onto those. The Winston constant damage is coming out. And it looks like they're going to be able to clean up the rest of GHS Esports. Dantwist suiciding there to reset, it looks like. Unless it got booped. Now, GHS Esports is going to take some time to regroup here as they go for another push. Almost half the map has been completed at this point. And Genji out there just trading some damage on the side of Crimson. McCree, they're going to be going out the same way as they did last time. Hopefully something changes this time, though, because you can't try the same thing over and over again and expect things to be different. So Ryan's going to be pushing up here. McCree right behind him. They're all speeding in. Some damage coming out from back and forth. Zarya absorbing some shock. Lucio all coming out from the side of GHS. A good shatter coming out, taking out both Genji and the Reaper. And another Lucio all coming out from the side of Crimson here. And there's Rezes going back and forth. Trades going back and forth, but it looks like Crimson is doing more damage here, and they're going to be able to take more kills. Ryan going down, and finally Zarya will be the last to fall as Crimson holds for another put.
Yeah, we got 4 on fire on the Crimson side. I'm a little surprised they went to try and go the same direction. It looks like Winston's actually going to jump in. Genji's going to ult onto them, get the Dragon Blade down, kills McCree. Genji in the blue side gets the Mercy, but the game is over. Crimson takes the first match.
That was really impressive, actually. Crimson actually held for the entire point there. 100%. So I don't know if the death ball there wasn't really working out for GHS Esports, or maybe the McCree wasn't getting picks there, but it seems like the triple DPS really worked out for the side of Crimson.
Yeah, and right now I really think that the Mercy heal is stronger than Ana at this point, especially with that dive combo. You got the Tracer and Reaper going in as Genji, and I'm a little surprised that Crimson is doing this well, not having a second tank, but honestly, with the amount of heals that they're getting from Lucio and Mercy, I think and they also switch possibly to a Soldier and goes back to a Reaper, but gaining those heals and still has enough tank to actually go against the Zarya and Reinhardt.
Game starting off right again. Crimson immediately going to take the middle point, but Dantwist gets a pick on Reaper instantly. It's res to nullify. Looks like they're going to be having the control over here, the high ground and the point. Lucio just up front a little bit. Oh, he does get taken out by the Rhine Fire Strike. Now they should be pushing on here onto Crimson and taking out the rest of them. Raiden immediately takes out Mercy as well. Pluton, another Fire Strike, takes out the Genji, and it's just going to be a sweep for GHS Esports here. And Dantwist, look at that, popping off 3 kills in a row. That's going to be an easy take for GHS Esports.
The McCree, Dantwist picking up a bunch of those kills, like you said. I feel like the nice fireball from Reinhardt. Getting that kill on Lucio was a big deal, especially for the push that Crimson really has with this composition.
Oh, Raiden takes out the Winston there, and Winston gets a res again, so they're going to be able to go for another push, but that is going to cripple them a res, which is very important and a vital component of Mercy's kit. BMHU diving in here onto the McCree. They're immediately focusing him. He goes down immediately. Now with the carry down, they're going to be attacking onto the rest of the team. However, blue side Genji actually dives in. Not able to find a pick yet. Fight's looking kind of scattered right now. They have gotten a pick on Crimson side. Shatter comes out from Ryan, but it is not enough. It looks like the Crimson side is actually going back on point. Just Lucio there, and they're going to be capping the point here. So it looks like the fight is actually still going on. Crimson picking up more kills and going to be, wow, killing the rest of the team actually after they finish capping the point.
Crimson's pick of switching to Pharah was a wise decision, allowing them to get at least little focus from the McCree so he doesn't realize that Genji's coming straight at him. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the McCree realizes that there is a Genji still coming after him.
Deathball moving again mid. Dantwist using High Noon, gets knocked around by the Winston and does not actually get a pick. But Winston is just diving onto Dantwist here, and he actually manages to take him out. There's trades going back and forth right now. Barrage coming out from Xing. He does take out two, and the res comes back and reses Genji and Lucio. And Crimson, wow, they're absolutely dominating right now.
Crimson taking that fight, the Mercy ultimate, giving them the revive that they need. The Winston actually destroying McCree and Lucio and Ana, getting to that back line, allowing them to kill the squishy targets. Blue side actually is going to move in right now. Winston deciding to push up a little bit, actually. Genji's going to go in with Dragon Blade.
And now, look at all this damage coming out. They instantly take out 4, and that's going to be a team wipe right there. Actually, not quite because the Ana respawned, but good as any. Their push is completely shut down. They're going to have to regroup here and go for another one.
All right, so what do you think the blue side's going to have to do to make up for this one?
Well, it looks like they're coming up on Lucio and Nanoblade, and with that, they should be pretty hard to stop. They do have a... Oh, they're going to be using Blade here, actually. A little bit of miscommunication. The Nano isn't coming out. Graph comes out in the middle, gets Beam Tree Quality Memes and OB Seal in there. Some cuts coming out from Raiden, but the Nano was too late on that Blade. Doesn't seem to matter, though, because they're picking up kills on the Crimson, and they're actually going to be taking out Beamitry here. It looks like they're going to be able to take out point. Wow, very late ult from Lucio there, though. Alright, with 97% on the Crimson side, GHS Esports is just taking the point. And if they lose one round, one fight, Crimson will take the point. And subsequently, the round.
5 people on fire on the blue side. What a beautiful initiation. Actually, the red side going in. Winston fully raged and ready to go. Mercy is healing up. The Lucio is questionable about that. Winston's trying to focus down the squishies at this point. Winston actually gets in his rage mode. Genji takes out Mercy.
BMH's Winston actually going nuts. They're taking out so many people at once, shutting down the McCree ult. And Pluton having some trades here, but it looks like Crimson's actually going to be able to take this point as long as they take out Dantwist here. And he will go down... Oh my gosh, Dantwist actually takes out 2. I don't know if BMH's actually going to be able to take this back. There's a res coming out from VCL, but wow, the kills from Dantwist and Raiden are going to take this back for GHS Esports, looks like. Wow, okay.
You see Flicked in the back line right there, actually healing Dantwist that entire time, allowing them to pick up the victory. I gotta give that one to the Ana right there and Dantwist. That was insane.
Yeah, the Ana, the spam healing actually kept McCree alive for so long and able to take down the DPS heroes on Crimson's side. That's very impressive. They actually managed to come back from being the lower percentage on the map to turning into 99 and then winning.
All right, now we did see a little Sombra on the red side, but it went back to a Lucio, which I'm not surprised about. We see the Diva coming out on the blue side this time, actually, and we'll see what they can do with that, especially knowing that the Crimson team has a lot of squishies on that side and can block a lot of damage. Snow would possibly be able to take out some of their back line.
It is interesting that they would switch to Diva here, considering that Zarya is a little better in terms of peel, but maybe the Snow is a little stronger on D.Va. So they're going to be trading damage back and forth here. Dantus going very aggro, pushing all the way in. D.Va is just going to get on him, though. Looks like he's slowly being chipped down, but he is able to survive because of the healing. The trade's going back and forth here. Shing takes out Raiden, and Arrow takes out Appy. Res coming out from Obesiel takes Appy again. Dantus takes out Avager. And there's just kills coming out all from the GHS Esports side right now. Dantus chasing down this Lucio. Going to be able to take him out in a second. Or he's actually going to be able to escape. No, he's dead.
We see the Junkrat on the red side. The Crimson side now chose the Junkrat. See if they can get some area effect damage on this map. It looks like the blue side at this point is taking over, and Dantwist is on fire, and he has his ultimate up and ready to go.
And Junkrat actually being quite a popular pick here, going to be able to gun down that Rhine shield. That's probably why they actually took the D.Va there. Oh, Dantwist coming out with a high noon, taking out 2 players. The rest comes on the Junkrat, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as Ryan swings and McCree shoots. They're able to pick up Junkrat and Lucia. They're going to be pushing out here, but Crimson actually managed to take D.Va out of her mech. And they have spawn advantage here, so maybe as soon as D.Va comes back up, they'll be able to fight this.
It looks like Crimson's taken away that 1 tank and 2 healers. Now they're going to 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 2 DPS. We'll see what they can do. Junkrat ult comes in, takes out Genji and Lucio. Reinhardt charges, takes out blue side Reinhardt. Oh my goodness, Crimson takes the point at this time.
Crazy tire coming out from Shing there on Crimson's side. Immediately just won the fight for them. Like, there's not much they can do after that.
Appy cleaning up house at this point. What are your thoughts on that? Moving from Tracer into Zarya.
The Zarya pick here is going to be really good, comboing with the Junkrat especially and the Grav. I mean, Grav is just very strong right now. As long as he survives here, wow, okay, Shatter coming out from GHS Esports side, and a B. Looks like they're going to be using all the ults here to try and win. Dantos takes out 2 with high noon. Demetri is res, but I don't think the res is going to do enough here. They did take out Arrow on GHS Esports side. Avager actually managed to take out Dantwist. Avager in the back just going nuts, killing people left and right. Looks like Crimson might be able to survive here. It's only Mercy left on the point for Crimson's side, so I don't think they're going to be able to take us back. Actually, Lucio and Zarya are back. Oh, they actually do manage to DMAC D.Va here. And a grab comes out, capturing Genji and Ryan. After just do enough damage here to kill them, they will be able to take this point back. Oh, huge shatter coming out from Ryan. Takes out the D.Va and the Kree here on GHS Esports side. Just kills coming out from left and right in the back. Avager shuts down Raiden's ability, though. And with that, Crimson is going to be able to take out that point. Sorry if my speaking was a little scattered there, but there's just so much going on.
Crimson holding on that point strongly and was able to keep it up. Zarya and Lucio coming back to the point and actually saving it so that the blue side does not take it this time. We see right now that Reinhardt is just going to fall back a little bit and Crimson's just going to try to control the point as long as they can. We'll see what the blue side does. They're actually moving in with D.Va at this point. We see the Winston pick come out instead of Reinhardt. We'll see what happens.
There's some trades going back and forth. Dantos takes out Mercy and Zarya and High Noon on the McCree here. I think GHS Esports is going to be doing enough damage to take back the point here. That was the same thing as happened last time. Crimson got to 99, but GHS Esports took it all the way back. So we'll be able to see if they'll be able to hold all the way till 99 again, or if they'll give it up to Crimson.
We see Dan Twist and Flick actually using their teamwork really well here. Flick ulting onto Dan Twist, which Dan Twist would then use Deadeye and take out the Crimson side. We'll see Crimson's actually taking a different direction this time and focusing on the D.Va at this point.
Looks like the bomb's going to come out from D.Va here. Dan just immediately takes out the Lucio. Avager just at the top, poking damage down below, trying to get a pick. Avager drops down and kills the Dan Twist immediately. That's going to be huge for Crimson here as they try to take the point. Raiden actually pulling out the ult there. Oh, he immediately kills 2, immediately kills 3 for the side of GHS Esports, and that's going to be a cap for GHS Esports. Amazing blade coming out from the side of Raiden. Quality Meme's going to try and stall at the last second here, but fortunately that's going to be in vain. Doesn't look like there's going to be much he'll be able to do.
Blue side picks it up. Genji picking up the 4 kills there. I believe it was 4. I could be wrong, but GH Esports
takes that round. Wow, so we saw a lot of good DPS play coming out from Dantos there, but Raiden you have to give a lot of credit to Raiden's Genji there. He just turn fights immediately every time with his blade coming out. Watching play of the game here, looks like Dantus just with that nano high noon is unstoppable, getting picks left and right, taking out everyone.
What a lovely play by Dantus there. Dantus getting the Deadeye off with Ana's ult, giving them just a strong advantage right there. Dantus did get taken out by Crimson side McCree, but at the same time, you see the Genji Raiden save the game there.
I mean, that was a very close game. You have to commend both teams there on their teamwork and just the amount of damage they're able to do. Beamitry actually on the Winston. I mean, we like to commend DPS players a lot, but Beamitry's Winston actually took out so many players and won the fight for Crimson a lot of the time.
This game was one of the greatest that I've ever seen, and it was a lot of fun. We'll see how Crimson and GH Esports from now on will do in their next matches.
Right, we're going to be moving on to Hollywood next. And given the Genji performance and McCree performance on Danto's side, I'm going to predict that GH Esports is going to have the upper hand on this one.
And why would you say that?
Because they happen to be very, very strong heroes on that map. And given the just level of skill and coordination coming out from the side of GH Esports, I think they're going to be doing really well. So we're moving on to Hollywood for this point. GH Esports, blue side, so they're going to be starting on defense here. While Crimson coming out with probably a dive comp again on the attack.
As the game goes on, we see the Mercy pick out on the Crimson side again, but this time Flicked is going to stay on the Ana. I'm pretty certain that GHS feels pretty confident with Dantus on the McCree and Flicked on the Ana at this point. And we see Crimson actually go for Symmetra this time and Torbjorn.
Well, they're on the attack side, so I think they're just memeing right now. But on the defense side, it looks like they have a very strong comp here. Surprisingly, Flicked is staying on the Ana. Mercy happening to be a pretty strong character in this meta right now. Just displays the amount of confidence they have in Flick's Ana and the potential for combos with Dantus High Noon and Raiden's Blade.
Yeah, and as we see, I guess I was a little wrong there. Crimson is just going to go back to the attack side. They were just joking around a bit. Actually got me there, but Arrow with Lucio and Flicked with Ana. We see Snow actually going on to Zarya this time and not Diva. What are your thoughts?
Well, right now I think Zarya is a very strong character, and if they manage to land a good grav, which is easy to build given all the damage that's going to be coming out on the side of Crimson, it's going to be very strong.
All right, we see the game has actually begun, and they're moving forward. Winston trying to take the damage, jumps in. Mercy following up. Genji is actually going to be right there behind him. I don't know what Winston can do here. He sees the Reinhardt shield and jumps back out. Mercy trying to get out, actually gets shot down by Dantus. Dantus and the rest of GHS move forward. 3 kills, and Genji cleans up the Zenyatta. Dantus here on fire already.
That's great. He started off that fight getting a flashbang on the Tracer immediately and then just transitioned, and there was nothing they could do to stop him. So Crimson is going to regroup here and go for another push. It's vital, actually, for them to dive in the McCree. He's very weak target in terms of mobility and self-healing. So if they, I think, dive him here, they'll have the upper hand for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, and we see Dantus is already 95, actually 100% towards his ultimate, and we'll see how he uses it here.
Well, they're going to be engaging with the speed here, coming out with the dashes. Plutone and Raiden going to be taking out characters immediately. Dantus with a high noon taking out 2, and they're just going to be pushing out this Beamitry here. Throwing out damage. Reset given to Genji by Dantus is going to take out the Widow.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Now they're being really dominant here with all the damage that's coming out. They use their ult early, but it doesn't matter because Ryan and Genji already have their ults. And Ana's going to be coming out of her ult in a second. So even though they use an ult there that they didn't need to, they're still going to have the majority of ults they need to win the game.
GHS looking mighty strong right now, especially with Dantus taking off and picking off people. Genji's actually going to go in with Dragon Blade and the Nano Boost. gets to the back line. Winston's going to go forward and try to take out the squishies. We see Reinhardt do his aftershock. McCree in the back line over here trying to do something at least as much as he can. Tracer takes down the Reinhardt. Genji gets 3 people on the Crimson side. Genji still alive, getting tracked down by the Reinhardt, but Reinhardt is not able to take down the Genji. Reinhardt actually moves forward, tries to take out Zarya, but cannot. Too low of health, and the defense has stayed strong.
Unfortunate ults that are coming out from the side of Crimson, the Lucio ult and the Pulse Bomb early when they could have saved that for the next push. Zarya is going to be coming up on a grab here, and it doesn't look like they're going to have the defensive ult to stop it. Crimson just pushing up once again, trading damage, and they really need to get a hold of that Dantus because he's just going to be doing a bunch of damage. BM2 diving in actually with the Winston ult, but they get all count and grab. The shield gets knocked out of the way, and Dantus gets a 2-man high noon. Now there's going to be reses coming out from the side of Crimson here. BM2 diving in onto the Dantus. They're going to be just pressuring him a lot here, and they're all moving off the point. Crimson just has taken full control of the point right now. Lucio on point just stalling. Dantus gets taken out immediately. On in the back gets taken out. Looks like Crimson is doing more damage here, and they're going to be able to take it out. Wow, so very surprising, even though there was a big grab coming out from the side of GHS and to High Noon. Mercy actually survived that and was able to res both the people killed by the High Noon.
Yeah, and we see here the strong power that Mercy has in these fights, just able to res her team and keep them alive for so long. GHS was not able to keep it up. I feel like if they had a Mercy on the GHS side, they would actually be able to do something here. That's just thoroughly my opinion, but honestly, Flicked on right now is really high. Winston jumps in, looking for another high dude, but actually gets stunned, keeps him away. Mercy reses Lucio out of all people.
I'm very impressive Shatter coming out there from the side of Plutone, just immediately won the fight for them. Happy in the back and try to do some damage, but is going to be taken out by the Lucio. And Crimson, Lucio there needs to make it out of there, otherwise he's going to get picked and will reset. It looks like they're going to be all here again for the next push. And Winston taking a very aggressive dive onto the back, onto Ana. Is followed up on, and Dimitri and Xing actually take out too. Ryan is going to be trying to do some damage. He actually does manage to take out Dimitri here. Oh, great shatter coming out from Xing. Oh, but Dantuit actually flashbangs him and kills him. Avager does the same to Dantuit. So, Crimson, win for them.
What a great push by Crimson at this point. Winston jumping in and just taking out the back line. The rest of Crimson have to fall back and try to help them out, which allows Lucio to push the package at this point. We see Winston ulting and actually going in on Dantuit. Dantuit getting shot down, but Dantuit getting healed this entire time by the Ana.
Well, even with all that, the damage coming out from Raiden, they're going to be able to take the point again. Like, it just seems that no matter how many picks Crimson is able to, or sorry, GHS Esports is able to get, Crimson makes up for just as many, or more.
Crimson now pushing forward with the Reinhardt and the Winston. They actually do not have anyone on the control point. Oh, now they do with Lucio. We'll see what GHS is going to do here because Crimson is just steamrolling at this point.
High-end speed boost coming out from the side of GHS here, and it actually ends up getting Lucio. Beamish going to dive the back straight onto the Dantuist. It gets slept immediately, and the combo of AP and Beamish here is just not going to be able enough to take out the McCree. And there's just some damage coming out from GHS Esports side. Doesn't look like Crimson. Oh, that's okay. They've got their Lucio Mercy. Chilling in the back. Gonna wait for the rest of their team. Go for another push.
Yeah, we see GHS there actually making a very good play with Dantuist Deadeye ultimate right there. We'll see what Crimson tries to do after that. Actually choose a Tracer, and then we see the Graviton Surge. 3 people from the Dragon Blade. Genji takes them down. 4 people this time. Dantuist was able to take out Tracer, and Ana actually taking out the Mercy.
Yeah, that's going to be a team up on the side of GHS Esports, actually. A grab there, again, very strong ability, just able to group them all in there. Combo with the Genji ult, there's really nothing you can do.
Winston jumping in towards the back line, tries to get there. We hear We hear the McCree ultimate go off and actually get Dan Twist. The Tracer tries to take down Lucio and takes down, wow, 3 people this time. And it looks like Crimson is just steamrolling right now.
I think Averages McCree actually high-nooned Dan Twist McCree while he was high-nooning. So he actually shut down Dan Twist's high-noon there. Very impressive, and that's probably what won the fight.
That is going to give Crimson a big advantage here with Dan Twist not having his ult. Very impressive on the side of Crimson. Crimson's Winston actually jumping in here, getting nano boosted. Zarya gonna get a lot of damage off here. Actually, Mercy rezzing the Winston. Crimson just keeping the objective moving and takes the first match.
Wow, now in the beginning there were a lot of points where they were stuck, but they actually managed to pull through and win most of the fights. Gonna be pretty interesting to see what the enemy team is gonna be playing on defense, or sorry, offense. Oh, it looks like there's a pause coming out actually. One of the members on Crimson is lagging pretty hard. See that in just a second.
I'm a little surprised to see the well, let's talk about last match here. We saw GHS do really well on the defensive side, at least for the first point. And then after that, it just seemed like Crimson was just snowballing it and taking control.
Yeah, no, GHS Esports actually did a lot there, but Crimson's damage in the end just outwon them. I think you have to give a lot of credit to the Mercy on that side, actually. Always rezzing when they got taken out and making up for the picks that GHS Esports got.
Yeah, the Mercy was very strong there. And I honestly think with Winston on the Crimson side, the Winston has been on fire, taking out the people in the back line, just getting back far back of GHS's team. Wow, I cannot talk at this point. Sorry. Winston giving them the potential to push forward and get the control point. Not control point.
Control Shift equal. And there we go. Game's paused. And we're going to be waiting for Average to get back. He actually does join the game.
Back to what I was saying before I was completely lost. The package was able to be moved forward by the Lucio on the Crimson side. Winston pushing the rest of GHS back towards their backline just because they needed to protect him at all costs. And the package was able to be moved so easily. What are your thoughts on Winston getting in the backline like that?
The Winston actually did a lot of damage, paired up with the DPS on their side, and that's what helped them a lot in those fights. There is a bit of a conflict going on right now in the game, so we ask that you wait patiently while it's resolved.
Well, before
restarting the round is going to
well, so what are your thoughts? What do you think GHS has to do here to try to get through Crimson's defenses?
they've got to do pretty much the same thing they did before. They have a very aggressive comp, one that doesn't work as well on defense, but I imagine that on offense, just building up the grab and comboing with the Nano Blade is going to win them the fight every time.
Yeah, and Dan Twist on the McCree and Anna keeping him healed up at all times has honestly been on fire most of the game. And we also see Raiden with the Dragon Blade hopping in every once in a while, giving them a strong advantage, especially towards their backline. Reinhardt and Zarya giving them good enough tank stats on the team side so that they can actually do that kind of thing. And right here. I think GHS has a chance of pushing this pretty hard, actually.
Yeah, no, like I said, they have a very aggressive comp. And we just gotta hope that the Mercy on Crimson side is going to be able to keep the reses up and negate the picks that happen from GHS Esports. Ask you guys again to wait patiently while this conflict is resolved. Averager disconnected and joined late, but the pause was initiated a little late as well, so he's going to need a little time to get back to the point.
Slowly making his way back into this match at this point. As we can see from these last two matches, it seems a lot like you're just getting a lot of attack and push forward compositions right now. I don't really see that many compositions that give the sturdy defense at this point. We'll see if Crimson pulls that off here, but I see, as you can tell, that on defense you get the Tracer to get to the backside and the back line of the team. But would you honestly change the Tracer to someone else at this point for defense, or do you think that Appy can actually do something here which will allow them to defend this point?
Well, we've seen that Appy's Tracer has been pretty strong so far, especially on the Koth map. I think if they just pair it up with a long-range hit scan, that would be pretty impressive for the side of Crimson.
All right, well, hopefully we can get this game underway. Yes, very sorry. Just be patient at this point, trying to figure this out.
Looks like the attack team is going to be waiting a couple seconds for Averager to get back to point. The game should be starting shortly. All right, now the pause is coming down. The attack side, GHS Esports, is going to be giving a little bit of time for Averager to get back to point. Averager will be on the hit scan here, Soldier, pairing nicely with Appy's Tracer.
Yeah, just as you said, that if Crimson got someone on the lines of Soldier and McCree, they'd be working very well with Tracer.
Right now, the speed boost coming up. The GHS Esports immediately going to take the high ground there. Look at the coordination, all of them standing up on the high ground. Dantus up there are going to be able to do a lot of damage. Creatures coming from behind, but immediately gets taken out by the flashbang. Raiden, meanwhile, on the back line, takes out the Mercy immediately, and the damage is just coming out from all sides. Double charge coming out. Xing and Plutone both get knocked over, but the damage is going to actually take out Plutone. Doesn't matter, though, because in the end, the damage coming out from GHS Esports, from Dantus and Raiden, is going to give them the point.
GHS right now is so strong on attack that they just took out Crimson so easily. Lucio taken down and Reinhardt, two big part of the team comp at this point, and if they take out that Lucio, the Lucio on the Crimson side has actually been pretty strong for them, and GHS realizing that and taking him out so that they can push it forward and see if they can get this package as far as possible.
I think that the ideal play at this point is actually to change the Crimson side team comp to something a little more defensive. Action going on in the backline. Dantwist takes out one immediately with High Noon, takes out the other. Averager, Plutone, and Dantwist is going to be cleaning up the team. There's trades going back and forth right now. Beametry on Zarya and Ana in the back. And Tracers are actually way in the backline over here, trying to escape. Doesn't look like anyone really won that fight, sort of back and forth there. But the spawns are on GHS Esports side, so they will be able to get back to the point first. Now, if Beametry gets taken out here, that's going to be really bad. Double antis coming out on Lucio and Winston. Winston's able to jump away, but Raiden manages to pick the Lucio here. And Kree, little caught out of position, but Xing and Beametry diving in back into GHS Esports. A lot of damage coming out. The Winston pushing them back. Raiden actually pulls out the blade, jumps on the back line, takes out Mercy immediately, gets flashbang, but is still able to take out Averager. Now the damage is coming out from GHS Esports side, taking out both the DPS immediately, and finishes off Ryan and Lucio. And that's going to be an easy push for GHS Esports.
What a wonderful fight there. Honestly, I don't know if you saw that, but Ana actually nano boosted Lucio. What are your thoughts on that? Lucio getting nano boosted forward.
I would think it's probably just a missed click. Crimson coming out again. But High Noon coming out with Zarya Shield on McCree, not able to actually pick up anything, even with the, but a crazy anti-combo with Flashbang and Pulse coming out onto the grab, thrown out by Zarya. And that's going to be just an easy cleanup for GHS Esports here. Only Tracer left. Going to try to stall on the point probably, but is not going to be able to do anything in the long run. GHS Esports effortlessly just going to take that point there. And if they're quick here, they can actually get some extra pick.
What a wonderful ult by Zarya there, getting almost, I believe, the entire team of the Crimson side and just wombo combo the entire team till they're dead.
Alright, so damage coming out from GHS Esports, trading with Crimson here. Crimson's going to have to do something really drastic here, I think, aggressive. They need to match the aggressive GHS Esports to be able to win this. Looks like there's Flashbang coming out onto Arrow there, does not actually manage to pick. Shingo is out of position, Raiden is just jumping on top of him. High Noon coming out from Average,r and is able to take out the Ana. Dantwist, on the other hand, takes out Average,r immediately. And trades going out back and forth here. And the High Noon from Dantwist manages to take two. Looks like the High Noons are just dominating the battle in this. Average,r, though, takes out Dantwist immediately. Plutone swinging around, but it looks like he will go down. It is 3v1 here, and the Pulse will manage to take him down.
As we saw in that fight, the Mercy getting the reses off and the ultimate allowing Crimson side to take that strong lead of this fight. The Mercy, I gotta say, is just a strong pick for the Crimson side, especially on defense, allowing them to stay alive, giving them the strong advantage here.
Nano Blade on Raiden coming out to the back. He gets Flashbang, but he will be able to take out both the Mercy and the Lucio onto Average,r. Average,r actually takes him out. AP on the other side, and Average,r taking out damage, or dealing damage to the enemy team. Wow, AP actually going nuts here, taking out both the Lucio and the McCree there, but gets taken out by Plutone in the end. Now, we've just been seeing these even fights back and forth on these teams. We can see how evenly matched they are. But a random Fire Strike actually takes out Average,r, and Ryan takes out Reinhardt here. Average,r anti, going to be taken out once again, and the momentum is just on GHS Esports side this time. They take out the Lucio. Any aggressive player right now is going to be a good one. And Dantwist is going to be trying to get onto that Mercy killer. Mercy does retreat.
It looks like right now GHS is actually pushing this pretty hard. We'll see what Crimson does. They have to get on this point right now to do anything at all. You see High Noon coming out. Takes out Lucio.
Arrow before he's able to Lucio ult. That gives a huge advantage to the blue side. And Dantwist just getting kills again and again. AP, though, managing the same amount of kills. Shing takes out Raiden here, and Crimson is going to be able to hold, it looks like. Dantwist going to take out AP before he goes down.
What a great fight by Crimson right there, especially from the...
Average,r, who's able to take out the Lucio before he ulted.
Yeah, he switched on me. I forgot that who was McCree there. But, yeah, taking down the Lucio before he could ult, allowing Crimson to not have to worry about that massive shield given from Lucio. We'll see what GHS does from here. They're going to try to push forward, and we'll see if another big fight breaks out.
Dantwist flanking on the left side, trying to get a pick. But the aggressive Lucio is going to come out, and they're going to dive just onto the backline here. Dantwist just able to take out AP. AP is res immediately. Average,r takes out Snow. Huge shatter coming out from Plutone. Pins the Winston in the back, but Primal Rage is going to save his life. And Crimson just coming out with a better ult here, better managed. They were going to be able to win the fight once again. Ana just being beaten around by the Winston, going to go down. Wow, so just great ult combos coming out from the side of Crimson there.
I'm really surprised right now to see Crimson actually defending this one pretty well. The GHS side has such a strong attack and push potential that I'm just super surprised he's getting shut down right now.
Crimson coming out with an accidental Valkyrie there. Hopefully they can make use of it. Looks like they are pushing onto that, but GHS Esports will exploit this immediately once Valkyrie goes down. And Valkyrie's just going to be ending there. Wow, that's actually a really important ult on the side of Crimson. And now GHS Esports going to be pushing on the backline. Both teams pushing onto the backlines of both teams. But Grab is going to catch Shing. The Nano Blade Genji is going to take out two immediately. AB, however, and Average,r in the backline taking out the supports. Raiden takes out Average,r. It's anybody's game at this point. Winston going onto each of the DPS. But Crimson is going to be able to actually deal more damage here. Beamitry takes out Raiden at the same time. Raiden takes out Beamitry. Ryan's being pushed back here. He's anti-Tracer, just dealing damage to Ryan. But it looks like the support heal is just going to be too much for Tracer to do any significant damage to Ryan.
My ultimate is charging.
Reinhardt actually trying to defend as much as he can, but his shield is almost down. Winston pushing forward, trying to get the Lucio. We see Winston ulting there. We see a massive shock from Reinhardt. I don't believe it got anybody there. Tracer actually ults the Ana, and Reinhardt trying to take down Winston. Winston jumps back in, and Mercy ult. Rez is 1, Rez is 2. Crimson looking for it right now.
Yeah, Crimson just rezzing 2 of their opponents immediately. That's just going to do so much for them, and they're going to be able to take out the GHS Esports Tracer. And I gotta say, wow, just the Mercy pick on Crimson is doing so much. It makes you wonder why GHS Esports is sticking onto this Ana. They need to be able to match the complete negation of pick potential on the side of GHS.
What a play by Crimson there, and we'll see what this play of the game looks like. Genji picking up so many kills here, just able to clean up house after the Graviton Surge. What a beautiful match.
Yeah, we've been seeing these games just go back and forth. These teams are so evenly matched, and we're going to be going on to the last map here. I believe it is Nepal. And we saw actually on the Koth map that GHS Esports took that. So this could be, a bit of an advantage for them. Maybe their mechanical skill, which is usually favored on Koth maps, is going to beat out the team coordination of Crimson. Not to say that GHS Esports doesn't have good team coordination. We see that they move as a unit very solid. The speed boost and just the speed boost Hainu combos coming out, the Zarya bubble coming out onto Dan Twist every time he wants to take it, has just made his Hainuns very hard to play against.
Now on the next map, we'll see what is going to happen. Dan Twist has been very strong for GH Esports at this point, and I believe on SMHS side, AP has been really strong. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, AP's Tracer. I mean, you can't really favor one DPS over the other here. All the DPS on both sides have been just so good and demonstrating their own amount of skill. Averager and Dan Twist, their interplay between McCree is really interesting to watch. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, just like you said, all the DPS players have been doing wonderful and just doing fantastic at this point. And actually, every single person on both sides have been doing amazing. And as we get into this one, we will see the picks for both sides.
Right. So again, Koth map once again. I'd really like to see a Mercy come out on the side of GHS Esports, but it doesn't look like they're going to do it. I mean, I think the Ana has been working out for them very well in Nanoblades, but perhaps in pick potential, it is more important to negate the enemy's pick potential by having Mercy. Now, we did see, however, they were able to overcome this barrier by having such an aggressive comp, and maybe we'll see that work out again for them on this map, Nepal's Sanctum.
You see the joke around picks on GHS's side with Torbjorn, but AP actually going back to the Tracer pick. Wise choice, in my opinion. We see GHS stick with the Mercy and Crimson side stick with Ana as their main healers.
Shane on Crimson side actually picking Pharah a little late into the... Oh, sorry. My bad. The match actually hasn't started yet. The timer set, though. But they're going to be getting into this very soon. Shing now on the Rhine. It looks like they're going to be going for the same kind of hybrid comp they tried last time with a sort of mix between Dive and Deathball, which worked out for them pretty well. Dan Twist going Junkrat on this map, which is a very popular pick given the just AoE damage, the amount of spam you're able to do on the bridge.
All right, Crimson and GHS coming in on the same side, actually going to fight right away.
Right, BMH is pushing onto this. Junkrat damage doing a lot, but AP is able to get a pick onto the Winston here. Now with that pick, Crimson is going to be diving onto the back line. BMH gets slept, but the damage is coming out from Averager here with the Reaper. Takes out the Junkrat immediately, and they're going to be able to cap point. Meanwhile, the fight is still going while BMH caps the point. Averager takes out the Mech and the Lucio. So great fight on the side of Crimson there.
GHS just getting pushed off on this one. I was really surprised about the Junkrat switch right away. It seems like he's more comfortable on McCree at this point.
Yeah, Dantus coming back onto the McCree, or Beamitry pushing back onto these people, and they're just not able to do anything. Like, they're just getting caught right and stuck in the corner, and they're just going to be able to take 3. Avager does go down because he pushed a little too far. That's okay, though. Avager's going to come back, and they're going to have a team comp the same amount of time as GHS Esports will have theirs.
We see Crimson side actually pushing really hard onto GHS. GHS is going to take the other route, see what they can do to try to get through.
Beamitry jumping in immediately, puts down his bubble, and the charge coming in. Wow, actually manages to land the Ana there. Huge, shatters the D.Va, and the Reaper ult coming out from Avager is going to take out McCree immediately. However, on the other side, Raiden's Genji is going to be bleeding, taking out 2. In the back, Arrow is going to be trying to cap by himself, but AP is going to come back and just take him out. Still stalling. And, yeah, there it goes. So that's going to be 70% on the control point for Crimson here. Now, we do know, though, that GHS Esports has a tendency to take back the control point when Crimson is captain so far, and with 5 ults on their side, it is not, unusual at all if they would be able to do this.
Going in with the D.Va ultimate, takes out nobody at this point. Oh, wait, takes out... Yeah, nobody at this point, and Dantuous actually takes out Winston. Avager taking out the Ana in the back line. Winston ulting up. They still have 3 ults up. Lucio could have ulted there. Dantuous taken out, and it looks like... Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, can I just comment on Shing's charges? Every fight he manages to take out someone completely different. The Ana last fight, the D.Va at the fight after, and then the Genji. Like, he's just able to get so many charges. It's incredible to see his pick potential.
It was a really good fight for them, and we'll see what they are going to do next. But at this point, I really was astounded by the Reinhardt there. Reinhardt was really strong by Shing, like you said. And honestly, I thought the Avager on Reaper was amazing, getting to that back line, giving them the right damage that they needed, and actually getting Ana down. It seems like at this point, Crimson has focused on getting the Ana down instead of Dan-Twist.
Oh, looks like they're going to be switching things up here a little bit. Shingo is going to be running from the Rhine onto the Pharaoh. Very interesting pick there. Looks like they're going to go with a sort of triple DPS dive comp here. And GHS Esports just sticking onto the same old comp.
We see the Winstons fighting each other, just going at it. Lucio actually tries to go forward. Pharaoh is getting a lot of shots off on the backline right here. Reaper is going to try to move forward. Genji takes out Lucio, but Lucio gets revived by Mercy at this point. Winston's getting very close. Ana takes down the Reaper. Tracer takes down D.Va, which is a big deal for them, taking down the tank. Tracer on fire, taking out the Genji.
Yeah, Tracer's just getting so many picks in a row here. Doesn't look like they'll be able to take it out. Oh, Tracer actually falls off the map. Interesting. Shing is trying to get some damage on Farah's side. Onto the right side. They have the point now. They just need to chill, wait for Tracer to get back, and they should be able to win the next fight as well.
Give it to Tracer there. What unfortunate for her to fall off the map, but at the same time giving them the strong advantage here.
Pluton pushing in onto Beamitry. He's taking a lot of damage. Beamitry pops the ult. He knows that he needs to survive that. Dan-Twist getting knocked around Beamitry, and Avager chasing him, actually. Avager, however, does get outnumbered and taken out. The beak does come out from the side of Crimson. And with that, with the res on Avager, it looks like they're going to be able to do the damage they need to win the fight.
Beamitry on... Oh, no, sorry. Lucio on fire right now, but Beamitry looking strong, jumping in to get that.
Yeah, I have to compliment Beamitry's Winston ults as well. They always seem to be on point. Dan-Twist just extending out a little bit, doing some damage, but Beamitry exposing the right in there because he pushed a little too far. And there's just going to be some trades back and forth before Pluton decides to jump in onto the back line. Now he's
Reaper,
going to be popping Primal
Avenger.
immediately.
Sorry, but Avenger actually got to the backline.
So 2 kills coming out immediately from the side of Raiden, taking out the supports, making this fight very difficult for Crimson to win. Yeah, Shingo is going to pop Barrage there, but it's not going to be able to get anyone because of the beat. And as they're about to hit 94, GHS Esports is going to take the point.
I think Avenger right there actually made a huge mistake trying to go on that backline. If he could have pulled something off there, it would have been really strong for Crimson side. But at this point, he kind of just gave away one of their biggest DPS by just going back there and dying. We'll see what they can do now. Winston jumping in, getting a lot of damage off, actually going full rage. We see the Tactical Mask going on, and Mercy gets taken down by the Tactical Mask. Tracer also gets taken down. Reaper takes down the Diva's mech, but they cannot take down Diva completely, and it looks like GHS is actually going to hold this point strong.
Yeah, very strong visor there, and it's really sad to see that Avenger and Mercy actually both use their ult in that fight, which means they're going to be at a disadvantage coming into this one, because on the other side, GHS Esports, they're coming up on Lucio ult, they're coming up on Genji ult. It's going to be a very strong fight for them.
GHS right now just waiting on Crimson to make a move. It looks like they know that Crimson's on that side, ready and prepared. Diva is still not in her mech, but I believe is very close.
So you see Raiden popping his ult immediately there, but the beat counters it immediately. Raiden tries to get a pick, is not able to. Some scatter damage coming out right now. AP trying to land some damage on the Diva, but Beamshot gets taken down, Rezzed, Avenger gets taken down, and Mercy gets taken down. So the damage on the Winston here is just doing so much the squishies on the side of Crimson. Looks like after that, they're only going to have one push, and it's going to have to be a really fast one, so they're going to have to speed boost, try to get back to point, and win this last one. It'll be very difficult for them, though, because GHS Esports has now 3 ults, and they're going to be coming up on Ana and Genji ult very soon.
Genji jumping in there, very surprising, gets taken out. Diva's actually going to ult, gets nobody there, but just trying to keep them off the point at this at the time. Beatrice going in actually, and the Reinhardt moving forward. Winston jumps in with rage, decides to try to get them off the point as much as he can. Mercy healing everyone and rezzing them at this point, keeping them alive, and it looks like Crimson has taken the point.
Crimson has actually just entirely turned the tides there. We did not expect them to win that fight, but Raiden pushed up a little too far, and they were able to exploit that. Xing charges the Diva right before she gets on point, and that's going to be a win for SMHS Crimson. Wow, just crazy play coming out from both sides here. I mean, it's so impossible to have predicted a winner to that. Like, just the skill level on both sides, the DPS, the tanks, the supports. Everyone just did such a good job. But Crimson did end up coming out on top, being able to exploit the mistakes of GHS Esports. Danto's coming out, some damage here, this play of the game. And that's going to be it. Crimson has won HSEL Majors Round 3 for this game.
What matches have we seen? They were so good. Both sides doing so well, keeping up and using a lot of the teamwork that they can at this point. Just 3 beautiful matches that we got to see here.
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons that Crimson won over GHS Esports. I'm going to have to, again, give a lot of credit to OBCL's Mercy. It's very strong. And with that, we're going to hand it back to Elijah.
Thank you, Soul and Nathan, for casting this Overwatch game. That's all for us today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching Round 3 Overwatch and Rocket League matches. Tomorrow we will be coming at you live again with League of Legends matches. The matchup is to be determined still, but hopefully we'll be able to see you there, probably at around 5 Central, I'd say. So keep your schedules open and stay tuned. Thank you all so much for watching.
It'll be long, making ladders out of cowboy sheets. We will be gone while we're counting stars, they're counting sheep. Feet along the rails, don't make a sound. Just keep running and keep running and keep running. In our heads we're 10 feet off the ground. Just keep running and keep running, keep running, keep running, keep between us sleeping awake, where you can still remember dreams. I swear I'll always love you. You know that place between us sleeping awake, where you can still remember dreams. I swear I'll always love you, and that's where I'll be waiting.